right. And we are back right here on Entertainment Thursday on Good Morning Kenya this beautiful Thursday morning. And joining me right now is MC Rayan, the DJ. This is one person who is uniting Africans in the US of A. MC Rayan,
how you doing
welcome
today?
To Good Morning Kenya.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. And I'm happy to be here today. Yeah.
If I may give you the opportunity to just introduce yourself and tell people exactly what you do.
So my name is MC Rayan, the DJ. I'm Kenyan, proudly Kenyan. I'm from the USA. I'm a DJ, producer, and I'm an artist, basically. Yeah.
So you do everything in this entertainment scene. Do you understand Swahili, first of all?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Yeah. So you've decided, yani wewe unaingia everything. You produce, you're an MC, you're a DJ, you're an artist.
I mean, it didn't all, come all along together. I mean, I was first an MC, and then I was a DJ, and then I to a producer. So it didn't like happen overnight, but it's all entertainment, and I just love music, basically, for me. Yeah.
What brought about the transition?
So basically, I feel like it's growth, really. Sometimes you want to aim higher, I guess. Yeah. Yeah.
Which one do you love most?
I feel like if I wasn't a DJ or an artist, I feel like I would be a producer, because I feel like I have really good ears for, good music and everything. So producing side is my peaceful side, DJing and MCing is my, higher level side. So I feel like it balances me all along, yeah.
How did you get yourself in the music industry? How did you begin this journey?
I mean, it started with admiring, first of all. I used to admire people who used to do it like a long time ago. And then it changed, into something, like I really wanted to do. And then I turned it into a reality. Back in the days, I used to be the type of guy, like, for example, when you go to a party and you have a DJ play music, you pay attention what he's doing, his playlist, you know what I mean? So that really intrigued me to learn more about it, and I feel like it was really a passion way back. It's just the way I didn't have a platform back then. But, I came, to, try to find opportunities for myself, Yeah. So basically I feel like it's a self-calling, really.
It must be a self-calling, because for you to do all of that, it must be something that you're really passionate about.
True.
Talking about you as a producer, there's an artist we had just before you right here. It's called A$AP Ray, and we were talking about how producers sometimes just want to take the artist's money, but they really just know for sure that this artist doesn't cut it. Like he doesn't have whatever it takes to be, not really whatever it takes to be an artist, but the music that they really want to put out there isn't really that well. So what would you say as a producer?
Personally, I don't really do it for the money. I feel like I do it for the art. I feel like everything that I put out there as a producer really represents me, you know what I mean? A lot of producers think when they put a record out, it's all about the artist, you know what I mean? But really it's about the artist, the producer. Because let me say, for example, today if you hear a nice song and, it really, is really driving you by, you really want to know who produced this, what's the history behind the song, So I feel like for me, it's really personal when I let projects, leave my studio. So every time I produce music for somebody, I make sure it's the best, I'd rather produce 2 tracks in a week than produce 10 tracks in a week, but do 2 good tracks in a week. Yeah.
What makes a good song, looking at it from a producer's perspective?
I feel like, the history behind the writing, the vibe behind it, and also the message, You have to send a message to the fans, You have to make music that really communicates with people, It can't be anything, by the way. I'm not saying strictly communicate, like, it doesn't have to be. It could be serious music and it could be, not serious music or party music. But what I'm saying, you need to talk to people. It could be somebody who is out there partying on a, birthday party and the song is really in the mood. It could be somebody who is on traffic thinking about something and, the song is really driving into you. You know what I mean? It could be anything, really. When I say that, I mean like on an open platform, something that can speak to you on the type of vibe that you're feeling,
Yeah. Let's talk about the song that we just got to listen to as we were beginning this particular interview. Tell me about that song. How did you get to hook up with Masauti, and just what is the song all about?
So we were all fast friends and everything, but when we first started with him, we had never linked up like physically. So when I came to Kenya, you know, we linked up and everything. The vibe was right. You know, I'll be telling people this, you know, when we did that song, it was not really planned or anything. It was just a vibe, you know. We got the vibe, and you know, we went to the studio, we made it. Actually, I remember when we finished the audio, I was not even in Kenya. They had to send vocals to me, and I had to, you know, produce it and then send it back. But for the music video, you know, we linked up. I feel like they are really good artists, mainstream, good music. You know, I feel like they make timeless music, you know. When you look at Sudi Boy and Masauti catalog, it's really good music. They go way back, you know. Especially Sudi Boy, you know, you can ask the DJ here, they go really way back, you know. And I feel like I like doing music with good people, really, you feel me? Like, So I feel like the history behind it is really personal for that specific scent. Yeah.
What makes a song timeless? Like, is there a particular aspect to it that just makes this particular song a timeless kind of song? Like, it's timeless music. You can listen to it. You know, before the DJ was just playing for us some TBT music, and there are songs that are just timeless, as you said. You know, you still vibe to them. Yeah.
This is what I will say, right? It brings me back to my first point. I feel like it's the message behind it, you know. I've seen artists make songs about things that are trending. You can make a song about something that is trending for a week, you know. In a week, we're not going to be listening to it, you know. You have to make music about, you know, something that can, you know, stay for a long time, you know what I mean? And good music really lasts, you know. Basically, is the message behind it. The message has to be neutral, you know. I can listen to it today and vibe, and I can also listen to it after 2 years and still vibe. That's what makes it timeless, yeah.
As an artist, what would you love people to get from you? Like, what kind of artist do you want people to look at you as?
So basically, I would say I really want to be a timeless artist, you know. I don't want to work under pressure or anything. I really want to release. I want to take my time, you know what I mean? On the other side, I'm also a DJ, you know, I produce music, I MC. So for me, it's really more of the culture, you know what I mean? I really want to do good projects that, you know, can actually help other people who are coming in the industry years after me, you know, to see how I did my journey, you know. I feel like a lot of artists are working under too much pressure. So for me, I really want to take my time and actually bring what is deserved on the table.
Before I get to talk, to allow you to talk about the Afro-themed events that you usually hold in the US, I believe you've already done like 10, a lot of them. Okay, there are not countless. Before we get to talk about that, how would you say that you work with artists in the Kenyan artists in the US, or only, or you also work with other artists from different places in the world as you are there?
I feel like if you plan an event, you need to understand what type of content you're selling, you know. And me being an MC and a DJ, my main, you know, the industry that I was on at the moment was East African industry. So really, I work with East African artists a lot. But you know, I feel like I don't want to lie and say in the future I really want to work with artists from other places, you know. Actually, when I understand the industry, but I really understand the East African industry in America a lot. So those are the artists that I'm, you know, currently working with at the moment. But you know, who never knows? You know, we'll see. Maybe, maybe not.
Maybe not. But that's not really your aim at the moment.
You know, like I said, for me, it's a vision. You know. It's a vision. I can't really tell you if I am or I'm not. You know, it's a vision for me. Yeah.
Okay. We know that Genge music has been recognized now worldwide, and it's going to be part of the Grammys beginning from 2024. That is next year. What is your thought on that? And we were earlier. Okay, what is your thought on that first before I get to my next question? I
feel like it's a proud moment. You know, for people who follow me out there, you will see I really posted about it like almost 3 years ago. It's somewhere online, and it was a conversation we were having in Nigeria. We were talking about why is Afrobeats not in the Grammys category. So back then it was not about Genge, it was, you know, Afro, because, you know, a lot of people in USA think that Afrobeat is African music, but it's really not. You know, Afrobeat is Afrofusion, Afro Kapuka type shit. But for Genge, it's Kenyan music, basically, you know. So if you ask me, I would say it's a really proud moment. At least we have platforms for Kenyan artists to be recognized internationally. And I've seen artists post about it and still try to post people like Nonini. Those are the, you know, 4 founders of Genge music. And, you know, it's a really proud moment for them, you know. So I'm really happy about it. And I feel like it's going to give people a big platform to be recognized because, you know, I feel like Kenyan music is really rich.
It is. You mentioned Nonini, and I just remember that he's given us the remix to Keroro, which we didn't know we needed because, you know, right now that it's here, I'm just like, wow, we actually did need that. And for the Gen Zs who didn't know about the actual Keroro song, now they can get to
actually vibe with it.
My other question was still on Genge music, and we were talking about most people say that Kenya doesn't have a sound really. Would you say that Genge is our like original sound as Kenyans?
I feel like personally I accept it, you know, because, you know, a lot of artists want to copy other industries, you know, other sounds and everything. I feel like, you know, let me say Kapuka, you know. Kapuka actually diverses it, you know, because when you listen to the drums, you can tell Kapuka is actually Genge tone. Genge is actually, it kind of sounds the same when you actually play it, you know. But I would say we just don't have a specific name to bracket the whole thing together. But we have that type of sound, you know. They start Kenyan music when you listen it, you know. It's different from Tanzania, it's different from Uganda, but it's really Kenyan. You can actually tell when you play it, like, you know, from a distance. So I feel like it's just the way we don't have a name for it yet, you know. So we have Kapuka, we have Genge, we have Genge tone. We have artists who do Afro fusion too, you know. I've seen people in Kenya actually doing drill music too, you know. Afro drill.
Brooklyn Boys.
Yeah, Brooklyn Boys. That's actually nice too, you know what I mean? But I think that's what, you know, people are using to attack us, talking about we are copying other sounds and everything. But I feel like the industry, everything is copy-pasted in the industry.
There's nothing new under the sun, right?
Yeah, people actually learn from other people, you know. Even the big artists out there actually learn from other, you know, other artists out there, you know what I mean? Everything is really, creativity is, you know, people share creativity a lot, you know. So I'm not really pushing anyone aside. I'm not, you know, saying everybody's, you know, anybody's copying, you know, any sound or anything. But so far, I feel like we are doing good. Competition might look stiff, but, you know, we are getting there.
So would you, is this you saying that us not having a particular name for our sound, not the reason why probably maybe it's taking us too long to like break borders and, you know, get to the places where Afrobeats is right now, where Amapiano is right now? Because one would argue when you listen to Nigerian music, you'll definitely know this is Nigerian music. When you listen to music from Tanzania, you'll definitely know this is Tanzanian music from the bongo bit of it. Even when they put in their Amapiano and all that, there's still the bongo touch of it. So do you
What's
feel
pulling us back? I feel like we are pulling ourselves back. I'm sorry to say this, but I feel like we don't believe in ourselves that much, you know. I don't know if you've seen the way West Africans support each other, When I come to Kenya, everywhere I go, it's Afrobeats. Why? You know, I don't understand why is Afrobeats playing everywhere. You know, when I look at numbers when I look at events happening in Kenya, Afrobeat events are, you know, packed with too many people, but you don't want to support a local artist, you know. So I feel like if it starts from within and we love our artists and support them fully, you know, it's actually going to reflect out there. You know what I mean? It's like telling me that you're selling me a product, telling me it's dope, but you know, you are using somebody's...
You're not using it yourself. You can't come tell me, okay, we can have this particular laptop. This is the one that is good, but then you're using a different kind of brand.
It doesn't make sense, you know. So I feel like we should start support from within. And when I say within, I don't mean Uganda or Tanzania supporting us. We need Kenyans supporting Kenyans. We need Kenyans streaming Kenyan music. When I look at top 100, I need to see Kenyan music at least on the top 15. You know? And
you know that Kenyans are actually good supporters. It's just like that I feel like we don't support our own as much, because when you listen to, when you check the stats, for example, Diamond Platnumz, most of his listeners come from Kenya, not even, you know, Tanzania. Some artists from Nigeria, most of their listeners are from right here. So we have the numbers to support our own. So let's do that. Mr. DJ, you have a question?
Yes. Now, coming back to your music, I've seen you've done a lot of collabos.
Yeah.
What do you consider most before you do collabo with maybe someone?
I feel like the vibe. Most of these songs are not really premeditated or anything, you know what I mean? It's the vibe behind it, you know what I mean? Most of these people are actually my friends in real life.
I'll have to cut you guys. We have a commercial break that we need to take right now. When we come back, just hold that thought. We'll get back with it. Welcome back. Now, before we took that short commercial break, DJ Unique right here was asking MC Rayan a question. He's also a DJ, by the way. You can ask him a question.
Okay. So I was asking, like, what do you really consider most before you do a collabo with a maybe artist? When like you can just say, like, this is the artist that I want to do a collabo with. What do you consider most before you
I consider the vibe, man. I feel like I don't really care how big you are. I really consider about the vibe behind what we're doing. If I'm gonna go in a studio with an artist, I really want you to feel appreciated and I need you to appreciate me. It's that simple. That sets the vibe and that makes the magic. Wow. It's unbeatable. Yeah.
Okay. Now let's get into the concerts that you host back in the US, where you unite Africans.
Yeah.
Tell me about that. Those concerts. What are they all about? What's the name of the concert?
So we do a lot of concerts. Really, we try to give East African artist platforms in America. I would say back in America, the East African community is really big, So, for example, when you bring an artist from Kenya, actually the numbers are there for people to come support, People who pay attention. We really did a very big tour for Sauti Sol. How many months ago? 2-3 months ago in America. And really that's one of the biggest concerts we've ever seen because, a lot of people came in large numbers. When I say large numbers, we're talking about arenas. They filled big arenas and everything. We perform. Actually, we've always had an issue in performing on mainstream venues. You know what I mean by mainstream venues? I mean arenas and theaters, like big venues. And I feel like on this last tour, Sauti Sol really opened the door, because we did on really mainstream venues. And when I talk mainstream venues, they performed in stages that Davido and Wizkid have performed in. And I feel that's a good inspiration for the next artist who is planning to come tour, Yeah. So basically it's all a platform, to push Kenyan music, and everything, So all this concert is just for cultural diversity, really, to promote the Kenyan content, East African music, Yeah.
Which is a really, really good concept. Who are some of the artists that you've hosted?
I've hosted a lot of artists.
You can just mention some of them.
I mean, I've worked with Arrow Boy, Christoph, Chameleon, just to name a few. For my people there, just check my social media platforms or check it online, It's a whole lot of concerts that we've done and everything, And I feel like maybe in the next coming years, I really want all Kenyan artists to perform in mainstream venues. When you come to a stage, I'm a DJ, no disrespect to, DJs or anything, I'm a DJ too, but I want all these shows to be, produced live band, nice production, you know what I mean? Because that's what we need to show that our music is really rich, Yeah.
All right. That's a really good concept that you're putting out there. And I'm really big on support. So just in whatever way that one can be able to support, the industry, just go ahead and do it. You are doing it, so kudos to you.
Thank you.
And as we finish, because I'm looking at time and we need to be winding up, you just mentioned to me off air that you will be releasing a new song come next week? Yeah, next week we're dropping a new song. It's a single, actually. It's not a collaboration. This song is all about, like, it's really about people who are really hustling to, push higher. It's a really nice song. So next week we're gonna be dropping it. It's gonna be on the airwaves. I really have a good feeling with it. This is one of the songs that I did when I was on an easy mode. Yeah. So next week, look forward for the new song. It's gonna be dropping on Thursday, and I'm really excited. Yeah. Okay. Where do they find you on social media so that they can keep up?
You can find me on social media at MC Rayan the DJ, all platforms. all my music DSPs is MC Ran the DJ. Yeah, you can find me over there.
Okay, thank you so much for coming through.
I appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
And keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me too.
All right, that was MC Rayan, the DJ. We take a short break right now, but when we come back, we will be talking Matters Film. What is the state of film in the country? We take a musical break right now. When we come back, I'll have 2 film directors with me as we talk about that particular topic.